Good morning, happy Monday. Welcome in. This is your daily spiritual guidance message for Monday, the 22nd of September. I just want to start with this morning. I went out the back door and I found this little feather on my back doorstep. So I think there are some passed over loved ones wanting to come in this morning with some messages. So take it as it resonates. The ancestors may be in the house. So we'll see what comes through. So let's see. Let me just move that. I don't want to the me putting the cards down or I end up tossing it somewhere. So let's see for Monday the 22nd of September, what do we need to know? The daily spiritual guidance messages. And if the ancestors are in the house, what do they want to tell us? What do we need to know today? Whoa. Let's see. Throat release. So either somebody has been working on their throat or somebody needs to work on their throat here. Crown activation. So we have number 9 and number 11. So somebody may be trying to communicate with you. The past over loved one may be trying to communicate with you. Take it as it resonates, as always. It's a collective message, not everything's going to resonate. Emotions are energy in motion, 18. Okay. You may be feeling something. You may be feeling sort of that, or somebody has been, a past over loved one has been coming into your sort of your thoughts more recently here. Split your focus. Number 40. Split your focus. There may be something here that's keeping you a bit confused. You are brilliant. Number 30. There may be something here that's been sort of keeping you a little bit confused or up in your head about something. And they're wanting you to sort of home in on that sort of, there's your mind's going in too many different directions here, and they're kind of wanting you to sort of focus on one thing here. So you may be feeling like you're being pulled in all directions. Trust yourself. 26. So it feels here like, you may be, there may be a lot of things going on here in your mindset, a lot of things in your life that's going on here. And it's pulling you in different directions, and the focus isn't where it needs to be, or the focus is divided. And they're saying you need to sort of start taking one thing at a time. You know, when we have so many different things going on, unless we sort of say, right, I'm dealing with that first, then when that's done, I'm going to deal with the next thing. Unless we do that, nothing ever really is fully finished and sorted out, because we just kind of put a band-aid on it and go, right, that'll do that now, and then I'll go on to the next thing. But then the first thing sort of creeps back in again. So they're sort of saying there needs to be a little bit more structure here in how you deal with things. So there may be a lot going on in your personal life at the minute, and you may be sort of getting pulled all over the place. And they're sort of saying, look, you can't do everything. You need to just sort of take one thing at a time here. You are capable of it. Trust your intuition here. Throat release, crown activation here. You're getting the messages through. So you may need to speak up here and say, look, I can't I can't deal with all this stuff at the one time. This is how it's going to work. So let's see, what do we need to know here? What do we need to know? For today's energy, Monday the 22nd of September, what do we need to know here, please? And we're just after the full moon too. Or sorry, the new moon. The new moon energy is still very much in play, depending where you are. Queen of Pentacles. Five of Wands. This is a sort of like feeling a lot of chatter around you. The Wheel of Fortune here. Page of Cups. You may find that you're the person that everybody goes to sort their issues out. Page of Pentacles, Three of Swords here. You're the person that sort of everybody comes to offload onto. And it's like, hold on, you need to put yourself first here. You need to deal with your own stuff before you sort of start to take on other people's stuff here. You may be dealing too with sort of a little bit of a, I don't like the Five of Wands energy. The Five of Wands energy is kind of like a lot of jealousy and chitter chatter behind your back and stuff. This could be also in your head. This could be you overthinking stuff. Two of Swords, the Lovers. This could be you also overthinking things here, thinking, how do I move forward here, feeling stuck with this sort of split focus thing. There's something here I feel you need to address, and it needs whatever comes into your head first is the thing you deal with first. So whatever, if you wake up in the morning and whatever is there that needs sorting out, that's the first thing you deal with. Try not to let yourself be distracted by other things that go on. If you have to make a list and stick to that list and say, right, once I have that sorted, I score it out and then I move on to the next thing. There's something here about it's like it gets very confusing and then we don't know where we are and it just adds to the stress. Ace of Cups. Something here about sharing the load with loved ones too, or a loved one. Not saying that you can sort of, there's somebody here that wants to help. Taking this burden on your own. Four of Swords. Feeling exhausted. Feeling exhausted with it all. So whether you're the person in the family or the friendship group, if everybody comes and says, this is wrong, that's wrong, or the other thing's wrong, and it's okay, go and talk to the collective, or the collective will sort it out, and you kind of have this reputation that you're always the one that sort of deals with all the issues going on. Seven of Cups. This is what's going on. This is what you've got going on. All these different things. Doesn't have to be that either. Could be a work situation. You take it as it resonates. But there's too many things going on here, and it's just like you're exhausted from it, and you need to just focus on, what's the important thing. What's the most important thing is the thing that comes to your mind first, because that's the thing that's bothering you the most. So whatever pops in your mind first, that's the thing you get rid of. You sort it out. You do what you need to do. You put a plan in place and say, well, this is the best I can do with this situation. That's it, sorted. Because that's the thing that's really annoying you the most. That's the one that's really putting you in the Four Swords. It's the one that's really exhausting you, and it's pulling on your heartstrings here with the Three of Swords here too. So that's the first thing I would do when I wake up in the morning and there's something niggling me. The first thing comes into my head, I'm like, right, I need to do something about that, because you'll feel better after it. King of Pentacles. So we have counterparts here, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. This could be family, you know, if you're married and have kids and stuff here. There could be a lot of stuff that you're trying to do on your own, and there are people here to help. Four of Pentacles. A lot of earth energy here. Whether you have been holding back of sort of, letting these people know sort of how stressed you are and stuff. And the advice here is, talk and say. Seven of Wands. Yeah, it's like not divulging what's going on here, trying to keep it to yourself, trying to be, this is you, trying to be the one who fights all the battles here. But you don't have to do it alone. There are people here to help you. Open the throat and speak. Maybe there's a little bit of pride here too, not wanting to admit or feeling that by admitting I need help is some way a defeat. It most certainly isn't. It's the most healthiest thing you can do for yourself. The Ace of Cups is here. You know, you need to put a bit of love and time back into you. And you can't be of help to people if you're sitting here in the Four of Swords and you're completely drained. You're never gonna be at your best to sort any situations out anyway or help in any way if you're feeling completely drained. So there may be something here where you just need to activate that throat and just speak up and say, look, I need help with this here. Yeah, I need to change stuff. People fear the death card. The death card is about rebirth. It's about changing an old mindset. It doesn't have to necessarily mean death as in physical death. It can mean, right, we need to change the way we do things. We need to come at it in a new, fresh approach. We need to rebirth something here. It's like the old way is not working, and we need to just sort of do something new. I need to care about me here. And there's that sort of mindset too here that might be like, when you start to take this time out and look after yourself, it's, oh, am I being selfish? No, not if you're sitting in the Four of Swords energy where you're completely drained. It's not selfish at all. And as I said, you can't help people and be at your best if you're not looking after yourself and filling your own cup here. So there are those around you that are willing to help you, but they may not be aware of it because you haven't opened your throat and you haven't spoken and said, look, I need help here. And I feel by not opening the throat chakra too here, you're not getting the clarity and the messages through yet. There's your leap forward. There's your change to start a new day. Like look how much more like free she feels. Like how much more sort of like renewed. I want to say youthful. How youthful she looks. It's almost like all that burden is lifted off her shoulders, and she's just like, right, you know, how are we going to deal with things now? King of Swords. More clarity here. The King of Swords knows it's all logic. It's like, right, okay, structured approach to how we deal with stuff. There's going to be more structure here. Ace of Pentacles. This is the new beginning. And Pentacles, it's sort of a tangible thing. It's what you can hold. It's Pentacles is sort of abundance. It's the money. But with this, I feel it's almost like feeling that we're holding a new we're holding a new mindset. We're holding a new way forward here. The moon. Something may have happened over the weekend. It may be happening now with today's energy. There's something here that maybe this new moon in Virgo has just been like, right, things have got to change here. Virgo was at 29 degrees there. Could possibly still be 29 degrees in Virgo. That's an ending degree. We're now moving in to the next sign. So it's like, right, time to start anew here. We got the Hermit, a new way of looking at things, a new way of moving forward here. No, there's no more of this trying to, keep quiet and just move on with things. Six of Cups. Yeah, we're not going back to how we used to deal with things here, and Temperance is underneath that. Balance the energy out. We're going to sort of move forward here. See what way, looking at how things worked in the past and being like, right, that might have worked at one stage, but it's not working anymore. So we need to change it. And then seeing sort of maybe getting more clarity about the pitfalls that you might have fell into by, maybe not having more clear boundaries with people and learning from that. So you can go forward more in this carefree way here. Can we have an oracle, please, for this? Thank you. all in all, I mean, there's a shift happening here which is going to help you. Like it's just that sort of little bit of getting a little bit of not feeling like, oh, because I'm admitting that I need help here, that I'm a failure in some way. There's something about that. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives connect with nature. Just get in tune here. This taking one thing at a time and writing things down. Get grounded because everything's in your head. It's a 7 of cups. Everything's floating around here and nothing's actually getting resolved because it just keeps popping in and popping out and then we're distracted with the next thing. So it's get grounded and see, right, what I need to deal with first here. And the help is here. The help is here. You just have to you just have to speak. Get grounded is 66. Let's see. 66. Okay. So let's see what grounded has to say. You're being called to get grounded to ensure that your field is clear and your inner well is full. That's what I mean. You're sitting at the 4 of swords here. You're running on empty. If you're not grounded, it is all too easy to get swept up in other people's energy and mistake it for your own. Your boundaries will become blurred as you are absorbing the energies around you and struggling to define what is their stuff and what is yours. This taking on being the person who sort of sorts out everybody else's issues, and then all of a sudden you become swamped with energy that you're like, I don't know where this came from because they have passed it to you. If you pulled this card, you're very likely an empath or a highly sensitive person and need alone time to fill up your well, balance your energy, and get grounded. There are two types of people: those who draw their energy from others, and those who draw their energy from within. Reflect on which one you are and carve out time each day to ensure your well is being replenished. Being sensitive is a superpower, but like all powers, it needs to be nurtured in order to be fulfilled. So it's learning how to deal with it. It is easy to get swept up in high frequency energies that are swirling around the planet. The quickest and most effective way of clearing all of this from your field is to ground yourself by connecting with Mother Earth. There are many ways to get grounded. One of the most important ones is to practice earthing by connecting to the power of Mother Earth, spending time in nature, putting your hands on a tree, your palms and extending extensions of your heart chakra, or walk around barefoot foot on the earth. Work your light action, do something to get grounded and connect to the earth. Just get out and get a bit alone time. One thing I do is like I love to just go out, sit in the garden with a cup of coffee and just like listen. Listen to the sounds of earth around me. Put my feet on the ground, don't have to be barefoot with your shoes, whatever on. Even in the cold or whatever, wrap up warm and just sit there and there's something really like it really does blow the cobwebs off and it clears the head. That 5-10 minutes to yourself with a cup of tea, cup of coffee, whatever it is you prefer to drink, and sit there and just listen to what's going on around you and just try and zone out any noise, external noise. Just zone into yourself. You'll be amazed how much clarity you can gain and energy. If you're feeling completely drained here, like the 4 of swords, you'd be surprised how much of a boost of energy you can get to carry on then and do what you need to do. So if you resonate with this, I'm going to take it to the extended. I'm going to look and see what we don't see coming here, any blockages in our way, what the outcome is here, and then we'll get some angelic advice. So if you want to come along, it'll be the link will be below, and I'll see you over there.